Hello and welcome to the July vlog. It's July 2nd today, so I'm a little bit more on top of things than last month. July has started off pretty well. I've started 2 books off my TBR so far this month. If you missed my TBR video, I will link that below, but basically I just picked a random shelf and I'm trying to read books off of it. That's what we're doing this month. It's not very exciting, but my books are all randomized, so it seemed like a decent way to get a variety in. I gotta make this video somewhat short because it's like 98 degrees outside and I'm melting. It's so hot, but I'm dog sitting and the puppies wish to run around in the heat, so whatever makes them happy and tired so they sleep well tonight. I have been working on Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Hello, puppy. I've been working on this. I know everyone loved this book on Booktube like 4 years ago, and I never read it because I'm the worst. This is great. I don't know what to say. It's really, really good. Like, everything everyone said about it was true, and it's just really great. I'm about halfway through-ish. A little more than halfway, actually. You can't see my bookmark at all. It's way too bright. Yeah. I started it yesterday afternoon, and I probably would have stayed up all night reading it if I did not have worked this morning. So, it's really good. I'm actually kind of surprised that it has widespread appeal, which goes to show how little I know. But it does have kind of a weird writing style and kind of a weird story. It reminds me a lot of Convenience Store Woman by Sejal, which highly recommend. If you like this, go read Convenience Store Woman because that was fantastic as well. But this is a lot darker than I expected, which Charlie Brooks said that it was going to be on my TBR. She was like, this is darker than you think it will be. And it is. It's so dark. Like, the back kind of describes it as like this socially inept woman. She has inappropriate social skills and says what she's thinking, you know, in kind of like a very rude way, not in like a is just honest and very routine. And like, oh, she meets this bumbling IT guy who has a big heart and helps her repair her damaged one. And it's like, that is technically true. But the reason she has such bad social skills, and I should say, she's not like quirky, she's like, I don't know how to describe it. It goes beyond that. It's like actually like a problem, you know, her social skills. Like, she actively dislikes people. She is very judgmental. She treats them very bad. She sees this guy at a concert at the beginning of the book and just decides that like he's the one and she's in love with him. And like, her bad social skills come from like years of traumatic, horrific abuse as a child, and like, it is very dark, and I love this. It's fantastic. I am going to finish this tonight because I got a surprise day off work tomorrow, so I can stay up late reading this, which is all I really want to do right now. So yeah, if you haven't read this, go read it. I recommend. It's fantastic. I am absolutely melting. I hate heat, and I'm wearing like long sleeves and long pants, which makes it worse. The other book that I started is Best American Crime Writing of 2004. This is journalism. I said in my TBR, I wasn't sure if it was like journalism or fiction. You could see it says true crime journalism on the back. I'm just an idiot. I can't read apparently, but yeah, this is just like exactly what you think it will be. It's just like journalism about crime, and it's more like contemplative or like serious stuff than like salacious tabloidy true crime, which like, no judgments on that. This is just different, and it's really interesting. I really enjoy it so far. I've read 2 articles mostly, like 1 and 2/3. The first one was great. The second one is by John Krakauer, which I love less just because the John Krakauer book about the 2 fundamentalist Mormons who murdered their sister-in-law, the article is about that, and I read the whole book on it, so the article is just kind of rehashing a lot of that. Less interesting, but this is great. I love this. So this is just like, if you think you'd enjoy this, you would enjoy this. It contains no surprises. I love it. So starting the month with 2 books that I absolutely love is kind of fantastic and kind of unheard of for me, especially considering how picky I am. but I'm excited and hopefully this continues. It's late on the 3rd. I did finish Eleanor Oliphant yesterday. Where's the light? I don't have it with me anymore because I took it back to my apartment. I'm dog sitting. Yeah, good book. Good book. Should have read it years ago when it was popular because it's definitely worth the read. I think 4 stars for me. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but like 100% worth the read. And then I read, this is a big update. I was off today, magically. I read The Girls by Sonia Flairo, which I thought was going to be a novel set in India about these girls who are killed, and it was gonna be like about the town and kind of like Bear Town, but like good, you know? Like, I mean, similar in concept to Bear Town, where it's like about the village people and like their experiences with this and what it meant to them. This is nonfiction. Whoops. Like, why this keeps happening? Like, I need to research books to the minimal degree that I at least know their genre, because it took me about 100 pages to really like adjust to the fact that this was nonfiction. But it was good, it was enjoyable. I'm slightly disappointed that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but like, that's not the book's fault. That's just me being problematic. It was really good. It was really worthwhile. I don't think it was like the most amazing piece of nonfiction. Like, she said at the end that she was trying to be objective, and I'm like, first of all, you can't. Like, your bias showed throughout the book, which I didn't have a problem with. But like, you could also tell that she was putting a lot of effort into like trying to write it objectively, kind of to the detriment of the book and the writing. Like, I don't know, because it's the kind of thing where like, they're not 100% certain what happened in this case. You kind of have to like look at the evidence, draw your own conclusions, and that's gonna come from your history, your biases, like who you believe. You know, like, it's so like, I'm not gonna say what happened is subjective, because what happened is what happened, but it's like, it is like who you believe is subjective and who you think is lying is subjective. And I don't know, it kind of bothered me that she said she was trying to be subjective. Like, the book did not bother me until like the afterword at the end where she said that, and I was like, I don't necessarily love that, but really good book. I would really recommend it. It's a lot about like rape culture in India and like the justice system in India, so like really fascinating in that regard, really interesting case. It had me Googling a lot outside of this book, which I like. I like when books do that and make me want to think. And then, as we rotate to the shadows so I can reach my books, I went to the library a few days ago, not to like browse. I'm trying to be good. I was like, I don't want any library books this month because I'm moving. I don't want to be like dealing with library books and keeping up with them while I'm moving. But I'd forgotten that I put one on hold a few months ago. It just had like a lot of people reading it. I was pretty far down the list. But I did. So getting it was a surprise because I wasn't expecting to get anything, and then I got the random email a few days ago and picked it up. It is Ace. I can't read that backwards. What Asexuality Reveals About Desire, Society, and the Meaning of Sex by Angela Chen. It's a non-fiction book about asexuality by an own voices author, because the author is Ace, or Ace Spectrum, whatever. So, Miana Corn at the Bookish Land read this and said it was good. I saw it on her Instagram like a while ago now, and I was really interested in reading it. Again, wasn't really expecting to get it this month. Would have been more ideal had I gotten it like next month after I moved, but I might try to read this now and then like return it before I move, because usually I hold on to library books till I film my wrap up, but like I kind of don't want to have a library book floating around when I'm like packing up everything I own and transporting it across the city. So I might start reading this tonight because it does seem really interesting. Thank you, puppies. So yeah, it is late though. It's like 10 p.m., but it is the 3rd, so that just means constant fireworks and boom, so I'm not entirely expecting to go to bed until like 11 or 12 when they stop. It's an unfortunate holiday. Today has been kind of like starting to clear things up in order to get ready for my move day. Not like, I'm not at the stage of packing things yet, but I am moving in a couple weeks, and like I'm at the point where I actually have like dates and stuff now, so it feels a lot more real, and it feels like I need to actually start preparing. So I've started doing like bare minimum stuff, including things that are actually irrelevant but feel productive. Today I cleared off all of the currently reading books on my Goodreads. I mean, not all of them. I have the 2 up there that I'm actively reading and nothing else. And I had like double digits for the longest time, just because like books that I'd started reading and then stopped reading like 2+ years ago were still on there. Books that I'd finished and never written reviews for were still on there. So I just changed all the ones that like I kind of gave up on temporarily to want to read instead of currently reading, and then I wrote at least like brief reviews for like all the other ones. And today I am taking some unhaul books to a little free library, and when I say unhaul books, I mean old unhaul books from like 3 or 4 unhauls ago. I never got rid of them because I was saving them because I was still at the point where I was planning to film wrap-ups for like all the months I missed, and then I was like, this is like a 1.5 years+ of wrap-ups. Realistically, I'm probably not going to do it. Like, I still might do like quick wrap-ups maybe, I don't know, but like I don't need the books anymore, especially because I'm moving. Like, even if I do the wrap-ups, I'm not moving these books just for the possibility of doing the wrap-ups. So I have what, like 10-15 of them just like in a stack over here, so I'm gonna go to at least one little free library today and just like dump as many there as will fit. I still have to film another unhaul before I move because I've got like another like 9 books at this point that I'm getting rid of. So I'll film that and then I'll take those on a separate trip. But like, I don't need. Why did I not get rid of these? Why am I like this? But it's a start at least. I am back home. All of my books fit in the one little free library, which is good, because I didn't have time to go anywhere else. And while I was there, I was looking at their books. I got 3. Whoops. I wasn't really intending to get 3. I've been to this library twice before, and they never had anything that I liked, really. Like, not that the books looked bad, but it was just like, there are none of these that really appealed to me, so I didn't get any. And I was just kind of expecting that this time, and I went and I was like, oh, that kind of looks interesting. Oh, this also looks interesting. Oh yeah, I've heard of this one and I wanted to read that. And now it's like, now I just have 3. But this makes 6 books that I've acquired since I started really like trying to buy fewer books, which was March, I think. Not too bad, because I've gotten way more than that off of my shelves. And I've probably unhauled more than that in the months. No, I definitely have. I've definitely unhauled more than that. So as long as I'm like getting my number down, that's good. And I'm not buying too many. I am gonna buy like a decently sized thrift books order coming up, like end of July, beginning of August, because I have a free book that's expiring in August, and I have like a list of things I've wanted for a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work on like not getting any other books apart from that, because yeah, I want to consolidate my collection so bad. And I was at my parents' house looking at the books, and I have 21 shelves of books to move. And when I say shelves, I don't mean the whole bookcase. I mean like one row, you know. I think like the same size as that. So like 21 of these, you know, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like all of that times 2 plus a bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm not moving all of it because I am gonna go through the books and unhaul some and like see like what I want to actually keep in my collection and what like is stuff that I had when I was 15 that I don't really care about very much anymore. But that's a project for like September, I think, after I move. And this is not something to think about before I move, because moving is just like gonna be all consuming starting like next week probably. I have like a week where I'm not gonna be stressed about it, where I can just like live my life, but starting like probably the middle of next week, it's just gonna be like moving. Everything is moving. So yeah, that's not looking forward to that, but I should be fully moved in by like early August is my plan. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Acquired books though, that's fine. They look good. Yeah, they do look good. I'm happy about them. So I have 6 books now that are adding up for my book haul. I kind of like to do like bigger book hauls. Like I just prefer filming like a 20 book haul rather than doing like a book haul every month and having like small book hauls. So I'm sort of just saving up, and I'll probably do like a decent sized one this fall or winter. Hopefully winter, but we'll see. It's July 12th. I haven't really been updating a lot the last few days because I still just have been reading the same 2 books. These 2, The Best American Crime Writing of 2004 and Ace about asexuality. They're both just like slow reads, you know, like not bad by any means. Like I'm enjoying them both quite a bit. They're probably both going to be like 4 stars, but they're both the kind of book that I just like read slowly, you know. Like with fiction, the thing that compels me to read faster and read to the end is the narrative and like wanting to find out what happens, and that makes me pick up a book and like sit there for 3 hours reading it, and I enjoy that. But for books like these, like this one is just articles, like lengthy articles, you know. Some of them are like 40 or 50 pages long. They probably average like 25 though. And then Ace, which is just like a nonfiction cultural study. I don't know how to describe the type of nonfiction it is. But it's like there is no narrative to those, and I don't mean that as a negative thing. I'm enjoying them quite a bit. It just does mean that I read them slower, and I don't kind of feel that urge to like pick them up and binge read them. So lots of reading the same things and like enjoying the experience. This is just how I read books like this. They're a lot slower, but I do kind of want to finish them both today, or at the very least tomorrow. Today kind of got away from me. I was gonna film and read and catch up on YouTube, and then I kind of wound up like loafing around being lazy for most of the day. It's been a rough week at work. I mean, what week is it? But I have like 100 pages left of this, which I assume will be a couple of articles, so I will probably finish this today. And then I have like 50 pages left of this, so I don't know if I'll be finishing this. It is like good. It's just that like I read like a chapter and then I put it down because I'm like, oh, that was really enjoyable and worthwhile. The end. And I do find that the further I go in this book, the less I'm loving it. Like, I'm still really enjoying it. It's still really worthwhile. Like, great book. Highly recommend. But like, it is starting to feel a little bit repetitive and it's a little bit basic. And I just say this as someone who has spent a lot of time on places like Avon, you know? So like, maybe that's just like for me, it's a little bit repetitive and basic. I don't know. But it's still like really, really good. It's just, it's getting hard for me to read like more in one sitting. But I am like thoroughly enjoying this. Both of these, really. I mean, well, The Best American Crime Writing kind of varies because, I mean, like any anthology, it's like some of them are amazing and like make me want to like do research and like look up various things. And then some of them are a little bit garbage, but that's fine. So I'm just trying to like read as much as I can today and hopefully read something new tomorrow. I'm just like feeling like reading something new. I am reading Canada by Richard Ford, which was on that shelf. Not one of the books I picked off from it, but I was looking at the books I had left and I was like, these are all fairly similar to like things I have just read. I wanted something different. Because I just read something about like crimes and investigating crimes, so I didn't want to read like a crime novel or a thriller or investigating any type of crime. And I just read a book about India and like rape in India, so I didn't want to read another book like that. I didn't want to take YA dystopian books to work because like it's not an embarrassment thing, it's I want to take books to work that don't lead people to initiate conversations with me about them, because I read like in the office, and I don't want to like take a book that someone's gonna look at and like want to talk to me about. So I've been taking this and no one has said a word, because it just like this doesn't like initiate conversations. It doesn't. I love it. So I've been reading this. I'm like a little bit in. It's so slow. It's about a teenage boy whose parents commit bank robbery, and that kind of like changes his life. They're like normal kind of like middle class people, and then like they rob a bank and get arrested, and then he winds up moving to Canada with like a family friend, and his twin sister runs away, and like his life kind of takes some turns, and it's so slow. It took 100 pages to get to the bank robbery, and it starts with him saying, the first thing I need to tell you about is the bank robbery, and 100 pages later he finally gets to the bank robbery, and it's just like, oh, so slow. Like, it's maybe too slow for me even, but I am enjoying it. So there's that. Today I was filming videos. I filmed 2 videos, so I have everything filmed for July now, which is good. August is still a question mark. I don't know how I'm gonna get all my videos done in August, but we will try. And I'm sort of just at a point where I am preparing to move, getting boxes today to start like packing everything up, especially all my hundreds of books, which are entirely my responsibility to move. There's so many of them and they're so heavy. Yeah, so we're trying. I still don't have internet set up in the new place, and I don't know how long that's gonna take, so it's an experience. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I'm trying to like watch some booktube so I'm not too far behind, because August is just gonna be, well, end of July and August are just gonna be a lot. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Wanted to update the vlogs. I've not been updating much. We're more than halfway through July. I'm picking up my keys for the new place in a couple of days, and hopefully it's nice, and hopefully that place is not as scammy as my current place is, because living here sucks. So yesterday was supposed to be, hello Spleen, my move-in day. Oh, hi Spleen. And that wound up not happening, so it's fine. Everything is fine. I'm internally screaming, but it's fine. Yeah, hopefully it happens next week. I have been reading, mostly at work, but did I mention I was reading Canada? I don't even remember. I finished Canada. Whether or not I mentioned it, it's done. It was fine. And then I read A Trail of Broken Wings by Sejal Badani. This was good. I finished this too. You can see everything packed behind me, and I'm just like waiting for it to happen so I can start doing things. I was off today and I'm off tomorrow because I was kind of planning on doing things. So I'm reading. Yeah, finished this. This was definitely one of those books that like I really enjoyed it, but I don't know how good it was, you know? Like, it's one of those books I could sit here for like 20 minutes and like pick apart everything I disliked about it, but at the same time, like, it kind of hit me emotionally, and like it made me care. And I can deal with like a story that's overwritten or feels melodramatic or whatever if it makes me care, because that's what I want. So yeah, did this. And now I haven't actually started anything new, but I'm planning to start Women in Sunlight by Frances Mays, which I don't have in here with me, but that was on my... Everything I've read this month has been on the shelf that I picked, except for the one library book that I forgot I put on hold. So yeah, tonight I'm dog sitting. I start dog sitting for a week, so that'll be interesting. I've never sat for these dogs longer than like 2 nights before, and apparently they can't really go outside because like the woman I'm sitting for said one of them got bit by a copperhead in her yard a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that's lovely. So now I'm sitting for these 2 like big dogs that don't go on walks, can't really go outside in their yard, and I'm like, how do you exhaust them? So I don't know. But before that, I have a concert tonight. It'll be my first concert since well before COVID, like maybe like a year, 2 years before COVID even. So that's interesting. I don't feel super well, so that's not fun, but I think it's mostly anxiety probably. Yeah, so I don't super want to go to the concert if I'm being honest. Like, I know once I go and I'm there, I will have fun and it will be a good time. Like, I'm not doubting that at all. Like, it'll be great, but it's just like right now I kind of have a headache and my stomach hurts and I'm probably dehydrated and I've been eating garbage. So like, I kind of just want to like lay here and like watch my yachting show. I watch this reality TV yachting show that's like my entire life basically. Yeah. Fun times, but I don't know if I'll add in much from the concert. It's Hanson. Had I listened to their newest album before I bought the tickets, I probably wouldn't have bought the tickets. Like, I love Hanson. I was super looking forward to this album, and I don't love this album. It's fine. It's fine. They'll play other things, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's a time. Hello, Spleen. So, yeah, it is what it is. Exciting things. Hopefully the concert's fun. I think once I get there and like they start playing, I'll love it. Like whatever they play, like when you're in person with a band you like, it really doesn't matter what they're playing because it's all good. So I am trying to convince myself that I'm looking forward to it because I'll be happy once I'm there. But yeah, trying to read some, trying to do some, trying to just exist in the world that we live in now. It's July, what is it, July 24th? Yes, the 24th. Yeah, not good with dates. Is there a puppy? The puppy just walked under the camera. I'm dog sitting large puppies. Hello, Zoe. Zoe, say hello. Yes, no, not filming puppies. Okay, yeah, so I'm staying here this week and watching them, and they're just a lot. Like, lovely, lovely dogs. They're a lot. They do this a lot. She's fine. She just wants, I don't know, to go outside, and then she wants to come in, and then go back out. It's fine. I'm reading, what am I reading? I'm reading this, Women in Sunlight by Frances Mays. Yeah. I hate this. I kind of picked this up because early this month I read a lot of like, you're fine. I don't know how to phrase it. Like, hello, you're fine. Yes. You're loved. He's loved. I read a lot of like nonfiction, and then even when I wasn't reading nonfiction, I was reading kind of like unemotional things. Or I don't want to say unemotional, but like books that didn't have emotion as like a guiding force of the story. Like I read Eleanor, Oliphant, which was emotional, and then I kind of read like, I think like 3 nonfiction books in a row, and then I read Canada, which was not emotional at all. And then I read Trail of Broken Wings, and I think one of the reasons I liked it so much, despite not really thinking it was a great book, was because of like the emotion in it. And I was really like craving that after reading so many books that weren't very like emotion focused, emotion heavy. I don't know how to describe that. Just emotional. So I kind of picked this up because it looked like, I hate the term women's fiction, but you know, like it's about like 4 adult women who wind up in Tuscany in Italy. Just like randomly, they're American and they move there, and like I was like down, and now it's like in concept it's okay, interesting story, but God, I hate the writing style. It's so disjointed and fragmented, and like I think she's going for like a poetic thing, but it's not poetic, and like I hate it. I'm thinking about DNFing it. Like I don't do that a lot with books, especially when I'm like reading them and especially when I own them, but like I hate this. And like everyone's talking, like all the descriptions on the back and all the things that it's talking about are like they're like, oh, her descriptions of food are amazing, they're so wonderful, like the food she describes will make you so hungry. And I'm reading it like, listing the ingredients is not a beautiful way of describing food. It's just listing the ingredients. Like, write a recipe book if that's what you want. Like, she'll just be like, oh, like this leg of lamb with like rosemary and basil or whatever. And I'm like, that's not like a gorgeous description of food. That's just listing the ingredients of a meal. Like, I don't understand the appeal. And I hate the writing style. And how far in? Like 150 pages. And it's like, I like it conceptually. It's about, there are 4 women. One of them is a writer who moved to Italy like years before and has been living there. And then 3 are American women who met. They're older. The writer's like in her 40s. The other women are like kind of 60-ish. They met when they were touring a retirement community, and they all kind of decided they didn't want to live there and like moved to Italy together. And like it sounds like, conceptually it sounds great. I just hate the writing so much. Like I can't follow it. It's so strange to be reading this book that's not like, it's not very dense, it's not very like plot heavy. It's kind of just like, oh, these 4 women go to Italy, and I literally cannot follow what's going on. It's so bad. But I don't know, I think I'll probably just keep reading it just because of how much I hate DNFing things, but I'm not really having a good time. It's been a minute. And by been a minute, I mean like it's been like 3 days. Oh look, it's my whales behind me. They're like different brand goldfish, wildly different, so much better. Highly recommend. Unrelated to bookish things. The dog is crying in the background. It's fine. They don't stop crying. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They get love, they get attention, they get to go out. They cry. I had things to say and now I'm blank. Got my keys today. It's happening. I'm actually moving. I was like, I really thought for a minute there that I was just gonna be homeless because like I'm running out of time. So now the next like week it's just gonna be me moving. And my car is not that large, and my mother took her minivan down to Norfolk, so thanks. It's fine. I'm just trying to like, I'm thinking about everything that needs to be done, and I'm like, I can't, but I will. I have to. There's no other alternative. But I'm just stoked on having the keys because I'm like, it's my apartment. Like, it's there. It exists. It's like, also, I'm going to quit my job. I was waiting till I got an apartment to do that because, like, I have savings, but apartments don't really care about your savings. They want you to have a job. So now I can quit my job. Not immediately, but soon. I'm excited. It's past time. As for actual bookish things, I DNF'd Women in Sunlight. I couldn't. I got to a point, I was at like 170 pages in, and there were like 40 pages left to hit the halfway point, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot get through this book. And like one of the main characters got pregnant. I don't remember what I said about it. One of the main characters got pregnant, and her boyfriend, partner, whatever, like guessed that she was pregnant because like she wasn't drinking or whatever. He was like, "Oh my god, are you pregnant? Like, how long have you known?" And like there was like crying and whatever, and like it was a whole thing. And then, come here. And then he was like, calm down. I know what night, hello both of you. I know what night it happened. Like that was such a special night. Like I know we've made love on other nights, but not like that one night that was special. And it's like, okay, first of all, people don't talk like this. Let's just start there. And second of all, that's not how pregnancy works. Like, my dude, you're 40. That's not how pregnancy works. So I couldn't with that book anymore. I tried so hard. I don't like DNFing things, especially like physical books that I own. Like, but I'm not. Like, that's not I'm coming back to it at some point. It's gone for good, and I will never think about it again, hopefully. That was special kind of trash. I want to hold up the book that I'm currently reading, which is Candy by Kevin Brooks. I got like 3 of his books at a thrift store like a while back, and Candy was one of them, so I just kind of randomly picked that one. And it's about a boy who meets a girl who's being trafficked sexually. And yeah, I don't know where it's going from there. I'm not very far in, but here's the book. All the dog's distracted. She's gonna cry in a second. That's the book that I'm reading. Not very far in. Enjoying it though. Okay, honey, I'll pet you. It's a very high maintenance dogs. But yeah, I'm not doing super much reading though because moving, work. I took a personal day next week, but this week is just I work 40 hours and I have dogs. And I've been trying to focus on Booktube because I did get behind on Booktube. So like yesterday and today especially, I was trying to like watch a lot of Booktube and try to get like semi caught up before I move, because that's just gonna be like 5 straight days of like no Booktube and I'm just gonna be immediately behind again. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't think I'm gonna really show much of the move just because like it's not gonna be like, oh, nice little leisurely move. It's gonna be get all of my stuff out to the new place as quickly as possible because I have very little time. I'm so tired. I woke up at 5:30 this morning and I didn't even have time to eat anything until like 8:30 p.m. Like, it's too much right now. It's too much right now, but like, it's fine. I get through the dog sitting and then like that's one stress off, and then moving will be done in like a week or 2 and that'll be another stress off, and then like life will get back to normal and I'm quitting my job. So I'm just trying to focus on that mentally. Like another month I can quit my job, like a month and a half, but like I have dates, I have plans. Like this is not like me in a bad mood like I am every day at work, like I'm gonna quit, I hate this place. This is like I have plans. I have dates. Everything is like scheduled. This is happening. So yeah, lots going on. I just need to sleep at some point. I'm not sure how sleep fits into my plan the next like 2 weeks, but you know, it's fine. Sleep when I'm dead if I have to. July 30th, so I figured time to wrap up the vlog. I'm hanging outside with the puppies. Puppy, where are you? There you are. Hi, puppy. They're quite happy. I mean, I'm not like really outside because they can't chill in their yard, but I'm on the porch. Yes, honey. Screened-in porch so puppies can't get into any trouble. Running around. They're having fun. I am tired. That's just gonna be like the theme of the next month, I feel like. So I have so much to do over the next month. I really don't know how it's gonna work, but it'll work. Oh, my nose ring is turning. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Say hello. Bowie, say hello. Okay, you were facing this way just a moment ago. Bowie. Okay, well now he doesn't care. Thanks, puppy. As far as reading goes, I've kind of given up. I didn't read that much this month. I think I mentioned every book that I read in the vlog, which was like 6 maybe. Not tons. I didn't really go at the beginning of the month and then kind of trailed off, which I knew I was going to. So I'm still working on Candy by Kevin Brooks, which is not fantastic. To be honest, I like his writing style quite a bit. Yes, I know. Like it flows really smoothly. I do like just like the writing of it, but I think it's just sexist and racist and not a great story. And like I feel like some of his other books were probably better, that like don't just focus on the save a sex worker plot line and aren't just like absurdly racist out of nowhere. I'm gonna read them, but I don't know. The number of times he described, okay, I'm gonna have to put that down, black guys as big scary black men was a lot, especially when it pertained to his sister's boyfriend, who seemed like chill, and then like somehow the sister's boyfriend was like super knowledgeable of all these pimps and stuff, despite like just being an average dude. You know, like it didn't make sense. It was just racist. And then like the whole manic pixie dream girl save a prostitute thing, I'll pass. But I'm not quite done. I'm almost done. My plan is to finish this by the end of the month, and that's pretty much it as far as my reading goes. Like I still have another day, but like if I finish this in the next 2 days, that's going to be an impressive feat, because I'm so tired. I have so much to do, and just like moving. I was planning to show you guys my apartment, because I've been over there a few times, taking loads of stuff. But I just didn't. I've been so tired, and like I was kind of just like, by the time I got in and had moved the stuff in, I was just sweating and disgusting and tired and hot, and like it's not fun to move when it's like 100 degrees outside. Shocking. So yeah, I might show a little of that next month's vlog, but I don't think I'm gonna vlog any the next like 2 days. I'm off from work until Tuesday, and it's just gonna be moving every day. Thank you for the kiss, honey. Like every day, all day. Like I don't know when I'm gonna sleep. It's just gonna be like, today I'm still dog sitting, but like I'm done with this in a couple of hours, and then it's just gonna be moving until like I get too tired tonight and have to pass out, and then tomorrow is gonna be all day, and Monday is gonna be all day because it has to all get moved. I have a little bit of time next week, but not very much, so like it's really gotta be like 95% done Monday. I'm like feeling this panic of like looking at my apartment and looking at all the stuff in it, and like I just do not know how it's going to get out. I don't, but it will. It has to. So yeah, that wraps up the vlog. As I'm packing up all my books and moving them, I'm realizing how many books I own. Like how many? Why? Why do I own this many books? I don't know. It's fine. Moving's not fun. It's not. I'm kind of committing to living in this apartment for several years, because I just can't move again. Like, I moved last summer. I moved like the year before that, basically. I'm moving now. Like, I can't. So, this place better not up my rent that much, because I gotta pay it whatever they charge. Yeah. So I'm gonna finish Candy this month, I hope. And that'll be it. And then I'll start next month's TBR, which I don't even remember what I had on it at this point. I remember The Girls at 17 Swan Street, and that's it. I really want to read that. That was that book on my shelf that, like, I just keep staring at. Like, I should pick that up next, and never did. So, like, as soon as I'm done moving, that's gonna be my book. And I'm also gonna start listening to audiobooks more, because I'm going to live rather far away from where I do now and where I work. So it's gonna be like an hour plus of commuting every day. Get through some audiobooks. yeah, thanks for watching the vlog. This has been kind of long and meandering, and I'm sorry that by the end I'm just like, kind of nothing. Yeah, this was a weird month. Next month is going to be a weird month. And then September is going to be a weird month too. And then hopefully in October, I will get a new job and everything will calm down and I will get into a new routine. Hopefully. We'll see. But as always, thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below. I don't ever expect anyone to actually get to the end of my vlogs because, like, who's listening to 45 minutes of this? Not me. Well, technically me because I have to edit them, but, like, if I didn't have to edit them, I wouldn't be listening to all of this. But thank you, and I will see y'all again soon.